everybody, to another Screw Up show. So, you're in for another treat this time. We have invited awesome guests to be here with us in this show. So, first up, we have Monster radio host Ria Ramirez. Next, we have Instagram businessman and vinyl enthusiast Gab Saulog. And finally, we have Instagram model and influencer Kyla Kingsu. So, you heard our guests? Aren't you excited already? Well, grab your snacks and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the show. Our next guest is an RX91 radio DJ, event host, and TikToker. You may have heard her from your car radio before, and now making her screw up show debut. Please welcome Ria Ramirez.
What's up? Hey
Welcome,
guys, thank you
welcome
so
to the
much for
show.
having me. Thank you for
Of
having me.
course.
I am honored to be here.
Oh,
All
same for
right.
us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for
Thank you
saying
so
yes.
much.
It's nice to be in the presence of another host. Kind of someone who
Yeah.
understands what it's like to be on this side of the mic.
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure, for sure. I feel you.
Yes. Is this your first like talk show? I mean, you don't even have to consider us a talk show, but like, is this your first like talk show-ish interview? I mean, I'm sure you've done podcasts and stuff before.
Yeah, I mean I've guested on podcasts, but then for talk shows, yeah, this would be the first one.
Oh,
All
awesome.
right.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so let's just get into it, I guess. So I guess the first thing that we want to know is, what made you wanna become a radio host and audition for the radio station? I mean, like what we were saying backstage, like all of us kind of had those introvert moments in our lives, and that's a completely like opposite from being an introvert
Yeah.
thing that you would want to be, drawn to, right? So we want to
Right.
hear your story. How did this all start?
Yeah, no, I never knew that this was something that I wanted until I was actually doing it. Uh what happened was a friend was asking me to share his then girlfriend's audition video for the student jock program of Monster. And I was just like, should I try it? So I was like asking a bunch of my friends, and they were all like, madaldal ka naman, go do it, try it lang. So I did it. It took me like 40 takes, 40 recordings for my audition video. And I was just like, you know what? Okay, this is it. I'm gonna post it, whatever. I hate doing that. I hate auditioning for things online because everyone's gonna know, everyone's gonna see it, everyone's gonna know if you passed or if you didn't. And I just was so afraid of being rejected publicly. But I gave it a shot, and surprisingly I made it. Even after like the interview, I mispronounced debut and Ewan McGregor. I mispronounced Ewan McGregor and I said Ewan McGregor multiple times.
Ewan.
And
Nice.
yeah, sobrang nakakahiya, promise. But for some reasons, the bosses took a chance on me, and I started training as a student jock. So I was still in college when it started out. And then some of the jocks, like as I was in my last year of college, they were telling me, Rams, mag-audition ka na for Monster, mag-jock ka na, ganyan. Like, wag ka na mag-college. You can just be a DJ. I mean, you go to college to get the job anyway, diba? And I was like, the jocks believe in me. They think I can do it. And so I gave it a shot, and eventually I did it. And when I started going on air every day instead of the once a week training, I realized that wow, like, getting these messages from the listeners na parang, oh, sobrang nakakawala ng pagod listening to you. Like, it's so fun listening to you while I'm doing my house chores and everything. I realized that something that I like, I mean, something that I actually enjoy doing, something that comes kind of naturally to me, can make people, feel more at ease, feel more relaxed. And that's when I realized, like, wow, this is something that I really like to do. And, like, to this day, I'm doing it, and I'm just striving to be better every day. So it wasn't really something that I ever dreamed about. It was more like an in the moment realization. And I think it's normal, like, to try things out and see if you like it or not. I just got lucky that I ended up loving this one thing that I took a chance
Yes, and now
Yeah,
look where you are
wow.
now.
on.
That's such a great like story, diba, na you took a chance na on being a radio DJ without even, knowing much of anything about it to begin with, diba? And you ended up loving it. And not only are you now doing something you love, you also inspire people, diba? And that just is the cherry on top of the cake, diba? It helps you be more motivated to, keep on going with your passion, diba? So, ayun. So upon hearing your story nga, your beginnings as a radio host, with anything that a person starts getting into, there are like perks and obstacles then, diba? So the pros and cons. So what would you say are the perks and obstacles of being a radio host?
Okay, so there's so many perks, as in,
Mm.
first, of course, is what I mentioned earlier. That would be like my number one perk ever. It's really just knowing that somehow you talking, you being yourself, people listening to you, it makes their day even just the tiniest bit better. Like, that is the biggest perk of all for me. But of course, I cannot discount all the freaking free concerts, all the free movie premieres, and meeting amazing artists also. Like,
Oh, for
not
sure. That
just,
must be. Oh my gosh.
yeah, like, I get to meet famous artists, and now with the new segments that I have, I also get to meet up and coming artists, and it's just so amazing to see so much talent out there that you're able to give a platform to. So yeah, there are a lot of perks, but for the cons, I guess the one would be, like, since you're kind of like a broadcaster, you don't really, kahit bumabagyo, kahit may earthquake pa
Yeah.
yan, you gotta be there. And I think the biggest con or difficulty of all is, like, uh no matter what it is you're going through, when you're on air, once that mic is turned on, you have to sound happy, you have to be happy. And there
Oh,
have been moments in the past where I was literally like crying off air, and then I need to do a segment. I turn the mic on and I'd sound like, "What's up, monsters?" So that would be really difficult. You can't just be in your feelings when you're there in the station, when you're at work. You have to find a way to kind of like push that back for a moment, and you know make sure the listeners are feeling the positivity from you, because obviously you don't want to affect them with your mood either if you're having like a bad day. So I think that would be, I wouldn't say a con, but one of the most difficult things when it comes to being a radio DJ.
Well, that's so props to you for being able to like keep a straight face in those moments where you really don't feel like being happy, right? It's so difficult to kind of compose yourself and then
yeah. And like, knowing that you're on air and, you don't really know how many people are listening to you, diba? So, just having that in the back of your head and making sure that, you turn that switch like on when when you're on air, diba? So it's not easy. So, massive respect talaga to radio DJs, diba? You might think that for some people might think that parang, oh, it's easy lang naman to like talk and share stuff,
Yeah.
diba? But it's not, diba? It's really hard. There's a lot of effort that goes into it.
Yeah.
all right. I mean, it's like what you said, you've given a lot of opportunities to not only, go to stuff for free, but you also get to meet all these people. And I'm sure you've had a lot of like talent come into station and you've gotten to talk to a lot of them. So, I mean, we don't want to nitpick, but like, who has been your favorite like guest segment so far? And
Oh
what
my
topic did you
god.
have the most fun like talking about on air? Because I'm sure there are some where you just feel so like in your comfort zone and you're able to like super just go off about everything.
Right. For the guest, I think some of them, I'd have to name a few because these were like milestones for me. I got to interview Codaline. I also got to
Oh,
interview,
cool! Oh my gosh.
yeah, I also got to interview Keshi and
Mm.
Little Mix.
You got
Yeah. So it was awesome. Like
what?
even if it was through, you know, like Zoom, it
Mhm.
was just
Yeah.
amazing, like being able to talk to them. And I remember with my interview with Codaline, I was so nervous because I freaking all I want is not, like that's jams,
Of
dude.
course.
So I was really
Yeah.
like, man, like this is so scary. So I did a lot of research, and then I ended up asking about his love life, which made him laugh. And I was like, I made Codaline laugh, guys. So it was really awesome meeting those people. But I'd also have to say that, like I mentioned earlier, being able to meet all these up and coming artists. If you guys are familiar with Young Coco, we guested him on our show for our indie ground playlist in, I think it was 2021. It's either 2021 or 2020. And that was the first time his song was ever played on air. And now he's big. Like his song called Manila, which you guys should listen to, by the way, if you haven't. Um, his song Manila was placed on the playlist of Enhypen, which is a big K-pop band, and they even responded to his call to collaborate with them. So it's just so cool, like seeing all these artists get these opportunities because they were given a bigger platform to put their music on, and just seeing like all their stories or hearing all their stories and hearing the way that they write music, it's super inspiring. So just being able to meet all these super talented artists is also like a really amazing part of the job.
Yeah. Oh. And ayun nga, like you mentioned, yung being that platform to not only just meet these people, but to give them ayun nga, the opportunity to share their stories and whatnot. And it's very inspiring. Very similar to why we started this podcast too. That's really
Yeah.
what we wanted to do, diba? So yeah, it's really nice to know that from you also, from your perspective also, being that you're an actual radio host. I mean naman, we're like amateurs here. So
Di
Zoom lang kami.
naman.
Pero ayun, it's nice nga that we have that shared sentiment towards, whenever we meet new people, we hear their stories, and we're just happy that we get to be in the platform or medium for them to do so. And it's great, diba? So I'm gonna listen to that song, Manila, because the only Manila song I know is by Hot Dog, yung classic.
Yun ba yung
So
Manila?
yeah,
Manila?
Manila, yeah. Mm-mm. But yeah, for me, like whenever I tune into a radio show, usually kapag ano yan back in college, kasi sa umaga, di ba, nasa kotse, like car rider,
Yeah.
ganun. Then I would always listen to a radio show. And one of the things I love listening to is those, yung when they ask a question and they invite, people to kind of like chime in and give their like response to the question and all that. And I like to pretend also that I'm also answering the question with them. But I never
Right.
really attempted to actually call because, pretty shy. But ayun, what has been like the funniest parang call-in response? I'm not really sure how you call it. Or shout out even request that you've gotten when you were doing the hosting.
uh I've been thinking about this for a while, and there are many. I remember
For sure.
before we had to ask like about drunken stories, like their worst drunken stories, and
Mhm.
people really shared. People really
Oh
shared.
man.
Oh.
I just can't really recall them so much.
Mm.
But some of the funniest shout outs have to be like those who parang bigla na lang papa-shoutout yung ex nila, full with name. Tapos biglang sasabihin, andito pa ako,
Oh
mahal pa
God.
kita. And I'm just like, damn!
No. No.
Okay!
What?
Those are so, or yung iba naman, they'd be like, can you give me a shout out? Pakisabi, naghahanap po ako ng jowa. So,
Oh
follow
wow.
na lang po nila ako sa Instagram, ganon. It's super funny, like, getting those shout outs. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe one of the people listening decides to check it out. And that would be, like, an awesome story to tell. So I do it
Oh, for
anyway.
sure.
Went
Oh,
on
Yeah.
that's nice.
radio
That's
right
so
there.
nice.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't know what if I heard a story like that actually like came true, I would certainly like tune in to listen to what happened after. You would need to
Oh,
have
that would
them
be
like for
awesome.
a
Yeah.
follow-up, right?
Mm.
Right.
New rom-com movie
And
idea right there.
Oh, that
yeah,
is true.
I've really always wanted to like try answering the questions, because it's so fun. So especially if you actually have like something insightful to like share
Right.
about it and all that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Very
and then
shy
all
lang
those
talaga.
random people are gonna get inspired right by what some random person said.
Mm.
I guess it's just scary lang because like if you mess up or say something also that you don't want to share with everyone and then everyone just heard it. You can't like
And
take
may
it back.
heated
Or like
argument.
what? Then there yeah. It's gonna be all over Twitter, you know.
Yeah,
Oh
Twitter.
my
Oh my God.
God.
Social
Man.
media, it spreads so quickly. I mean, speaking of, TikTok has been, I think, like one of
Nice
the
segue.
most. Yes, it has been one of. Yeah, a lot of our,
Hosting right there.
a lot of our guests, because they all have, even if like no matter what their job is or what they're pursuing now, they all have TikTok accounts, and that's usually where we end up discovering them and how we end up getting them as guests. How we found you on TikTok also. I don't remember what it was, a long time ago actually. And
Okay.
then when we were thinking about it to get us guests for the shows, like I brought up your name and I was like, yeah, I've seen her a few of her like stuff on TikTok, and then you're like there, and now you're here. And it's really been one of the most, I think, during COVID, like the most prominent like platform for literally any kind of content. Everyone is on it. Like doesn't matter if you're shy, if you're like outgoing, everyone's all on there. So how did you end up blowing up on TikTok? Because your following is pretty like commendable. Like it's not something that just
uh
just happens, you know.
yeah, I remember being so surprised that I had a video that reached 1 million views.
Holy
And
shit.
that video was somebody just requested for me to insert the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious while I was speaking on air. And so I did it. I recorded it because it was requested on TikTok. And that video blew up. And because it blew up, obviously I was like, people like this, huh? So I decided to continue doing that. A lot of people asked me to do a bunch of like insert this phrase or this word during your segment thing, and I think that's where it started. So yeah, thank you to that person who requested for that.
Wow, that's crazy how fast it just like picked up.
Yeah.
And it's so random. I swear, the things that trend the most are the ones with absolutely no context. Like the sounds that are trending now, they just randomly pick it up from some really weird thing that they get, and then people add their own stories behind it, and it's just so crazy.
It's crazy.
Mm. Yeah. Social media really reaches like a whole different audience pa. You could say
Yeah.
na parang in any profession, di ba? Like, indulging in social media is like an extension to that na rin, di ba? To be able to reach other people, other audiences, like that, and being more creative with what you would usually do, like in your actual work, di ba? Radio
Yeah.
hosting and what. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this last question, before we go on break, diba? This is more for our personal brand, like yung brand namin as a show. So we call ourselves the Screw Ups. So you might be wondering like why, diba? Of all the names, parang ang weird naman ng screw-ups, diba? So, pero ayun, we call ourselves that because, back in high school when we all met and, formed our group, we always got into like really stupid, like embarrassing moments, parang straight out of a comedy movie, even, parang ganun. And yeah, but we never really let those moments like, alam mo na, make us feel like sad or bad. We don't really affect it. We don't let it affect us too much, diba, so to say. So ayun, and we look at these moments, despite them being, stupid, embarrassing, and we see them as like, ano ba yun? They're like a part of us na, diba? They helped us grow in a sense, diba? And it basically shaped who we are now. Diba? We wouldn't be who we are now without all of those screw up moments, diba? And we're very
Mm.
thankful for those. So in your life, diba, what can you say was your like screw up moment? Diba? It doesn't have to be super bad naman. Kahit babaw lang, okay lang yan. But now you realize that that moment kind of helped shape like you as a person. It's like very relevant to who you are, who you are now as a accomplished individual.
Hmm. Okay, I'll first answer the question seriously, and then I have one screw up moment on radio that
Oh,
All
I'd
right.
for
love to
sure.
share with you guys.
Go
All
ahead.
right, so let me answer it first seriously, right? That's a tough question. Because when I was in high school, I'd like to think I was very responsible, so to speak. Come college, I went to UP Diliman. So from an all girls Catholic school, which was rules and rules and rules, to complete freedom. Um, I I did screw up a lot in college, made a lot of stupid decisions, drank in between classes type thing. Mom, I'm sorry if you're listening. um, but for that one, I guess like what I learned is that like I don't regret it at all. I don't regret that I went out with my friends instead of spending my time studying. I don't regret that, I could have gotten a higher I could have graduated with higher honors had I spent more time studying instead of being with my friends. But the thing is, one thing I learned is that it's always good to have that balance. You know, you have to experience life for all that it is, not just, you know, how do I say it? Um Success can't only be found in your accomplishments, but also in your experiences. And if I
Yeah,
didn't
for
get
sure.
to experience all the screw ups, all those stupid things in college, I don't think I would be as matino or as deep uh deep, or I just don't think I would be the person I am today. I've learned from all those screw ups, and I feel like I learned more from all those experiences than I would have just focusing on studies. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's important, like experiencing life, all the ups and downs of it, all the best and worst decisions. That's what makes you who you are, not how high your grades are.
Mm.
So that would be one of it. Just thinking about all the stupid things I did in college, just man. But another screw up, I guess, I wouldn't really call it a screw up, but it sure makes me feel like one, would be all the days that are so difficult for me to get out of bed to just function, where every day, or where in those days all I can do is survive, like just get through the day. It's not my fault. Definitely not my fault, but it sure makes me feel like a screw up because I know all the things I want to get done. I know all the things that I could do, but I just can't. But those days, they're part of me. All those bad days, they're a part of me, and um it kind of just made me learn to that it's okay. Like, you know what people always say, every your best looks different every day. And uh it kind of taught me that it's okay to go easy on myself, especially on days when I just can't. So I think this would be the top two screw ups that have definitely formed me into the person I am today.
Love to
Wow.
hear it right there.
Thank you, Lord, for giving us Ria.
You had
For
to,
all,
no?
for all the
You just had
Antiochers
to.
listening, for all the Antiochers listening, we found out that Ria's also a fellow Antiocher. So
Woo!
it's pretty cool, small world we live in. Yeah, shout out to all the Antiochs out there. We miss
Oh
you guys.
yeah.
We miss meetings.
So
Sorry, I just had to
much.
do that. Amen.
That was a really good, that was a good way to insert that. That was
Yeah,
smooth.
man. You're on fire with the
I felt like I was listening
insertion
to
of
her.
things.
I felt like I was listening to her talk. Yeah, like,
Oh,
and then in
honestly,
the end,
yeah.
everyone's like,
it do be like that.
yeah. But thank you so much for sharing that. I think that's the
Yeah.
deepest, one of the deepest interview segments we've ever gotten. So thank you for being that open with us. Honestly, like it makes us feel so humbled and happy that you feel comfortable enough to share that with people you literally just met. Like,
As an
no.
anti-yoker.
Yes, that's actually the perfect attitude, right? We love you before we met you. That's the.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Naging retreat pala tong talk show niyo.
Yeah, ano nga, we're
Naging
naka
retreat.
sweatshirt, hoodie. It's the think about your family.
Oo nga, no?
Oh my God.
You look the part.
Okay, but I did promise you guys like that one radio screw up.
Oh,
I've
Alright,
had
let's hear it.
many. I've
Let's hear
had many, but this one I was live on TikTok when it happened. So I managed to get a copy of it and I posted it on my TikTok too. By the way, that's at Ria Rams if you guys want to follow me. But yeah, so what happened was I did a segue in between two songs. So it was a very quick one. And the song that I was introducing was Back to December by Taylor Swift. So I
Mm.
turned my mic on and I was like, hey guys, playing something from a Right Wednesday playlist. Here's Back to December by Taylor Swift, only here on The Monster. And then I swear I turned my mic off. So I grab my mic and I start singing. I'm so glad. Like, pangit. As in, sobrang pangit. Like, alam mo yung when you're just feeling the song, but you don't mean to sing properly. So I
Yeah.
was really like holding the mic. I'm so glad you made time to see
Oh,
me.
no.
Smile. And then I realized, why can I hear myself on the radio? I mean, like on my earphones.
No way.
Checked my mic, and my mic was on. So I was like, oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Oh
The
my
listeners were like, whoa. What
dude.
version is this?
Yeah, Rio's version now. So I posted it on TikTok because it was really funny naman. Like, I was just like, this is a funny moment naman for me. It's not so embarrassing. It happens, I think.
Yeah.
So I posted it. And then a bunch of people were commenting, ikaw pala yun. Oh my God, I heard this. And I was like, man, I can't believe like people actually like heard it. I really wish that somebody caught it on like on camera from the radio because it's different like live, right? Like on camera, but on radio. Ah. So that would be like my greatest screw up. I think it made me a better DJ because now I always check my mic before I sing into it.
There you go, diba?
It's okay. I'm
You
sure
learn
whoever
from
was
it.
tuning in at that time, you made their day when they heard that.
Oh.
Ano to? I guarantee you,
Ah.
if anyone is like in a bad mood, that just turned it around.
It's
They're like,
always those
can't be
funny
worse than what this
moments.
girl's going through right now. Super making banat. Sayang. That would have been, you should have done it again. That would have been so funny. You should have continued it.
For a different song.
Buong album.
Buong album.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty quality screw up moment right there. That's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm very
Hey, it's a
happy
good
that you
story to
shared
tell.
that.
Good story.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, all right. We will be right back after the break with Miss Ria Rams. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Screw Up Show. We are once again with Ria. And today we will be doing a fun little extra segment. So Ria is again a radio host. So we're going to be doing a fun little simulated radio segment, and yeah, we're going to be pretending that we are on air with Ria right now on the show. So let's roll.
This will be a
Okay.
dream come true.
Yeah.
And we are on air in 3, 2. Manila's hottest monster, RX 93.1. Welcome to the show. You got me, Ria Rams, and guess what, monsters? We got 2 guest hosts here with us today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
What is up, y'all? It's Ramonster Recto here. I'm sorry.
And the Tonster. Thank you
All
so much
right.
for that lovely intro.
I love it.
Honored to
I
be here.
absolutely love those names that you gave yourself. Very cool DJ names, I gotta say. Now,
Nice.
you guys are here to join me on our segment for today, which is called Mailbox, where you guys get to pick one song and tell us just your story behind the song. So it can be about love, it can be about something embarrassing, it can be
Oh
about
no.
a screw up. So let's start with Ton.
Okay.
Tonster, rather.
All right. Okay. So this is the first time I'm ever like gonna say this to anyone. I don't think even my parents know this. When I was in second grade, I was a new student in the school that I was studying in. So they made me be our class's representative for like the school pageant. And well, my lola was a pianist, and so my talent was that I was gonna sing a song. So I sang "Where Is Love" from the musical Oliver. And like I was super like
Oh.
I was naka buzz cut. Like I was in a suit. Like there are so many screw up moments that happened that day. But one of the funniest ones is that my parents filmed my entire performance. And the whole performance I was looking to the side. And I never told anyone why I was looking to the side. But it was because there's a really cute girl that was sitting in the back. She was my first like ever grade school crush. I didn't even know who she was, but she was sitting in one of the back like pews in the area where we were
Right.
doing the pageant. And literally the entire song, like I watched the video a few times after that because my dad uploaded it to our computer. And you can really see like every few seconds I would like look, I would look, and then I was just done. I was like, I'm gonna carry that to the grave with me. But
Oh, yeah.
now, yeah, I'm not gonna name drop, but that song's always been like whenever I think about that song, I'm always gonna be like, yeah, number one, I sang that in front of everyone. Number two, I was looking at someone while I was singing it. So
Where is love? She's right there.
where is love? I'm looking at
Alright.
her.
What an amazing story we got from the Tonster. Now let's move on to Ramonsters.
Let's go. I would like
Story.
to. That's my fans. That's the name for my fans, Ramonsters. All
I
right.
love that.
So mine's a little, less crazy compared to Anton, but yeah. So it was prom, diba? So that magical night. So of course, during that night, I had to dance with my crush at the time, diba? And when I was dancing with her, so there was a slow song. Well, not really a slow song, but there was a song playing in the background. I did not know what the song was. And then so I kind of just like lived with it, not knowing the song. So like until my good buddy here, Anton or Tonster, decided to help me out by what did you do? You
I,
like
I I used my Shazam app. I played the video
Shazam
that
app.
my friend took of him dancing with the girl, and I caught the song, and it detected it right away. I was like, yes.
Yes. So yeah,
I love
again,
that.
uh, yeah. So the screw up moment there is that my friend actually took a video of me dancing with the girl, which I did not consent to. But yeah, it's there, and the song was playing. So again, Anton used the Shazam app to figure out what the title of the song was, and it's, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, was it always? Is it
Yeah,
always? But Panic at the Disco. So
yeah.
that's the title of
Oh.
the song, and yeah, I listen to it every once in a while, and I remember that time, that moment where I saw my friend being like, "I'm so proud of you, bro," while I was dancing with the girl, and yeah, I can't believe
there
like,
there is nothing more embarrassing than your friends cheering you on while you're
yeah,
having that moment. It's
mhm.
supposed to be a moment, and then you look to the side, and your friend's just like, "Yeah,
I'm like,
let's go."
why are you doing that?
Why?
Well, those stories are amazing. If you guys want to catch more of these two guest hosts, where can they find you guys online?
You can find me on Instagram. You can search at Ramon Recto. So you know,
Yeah, I'm on IG and TikTok too on this Carton Garcia. You guys
And
already
you
know.
guys and you guys can find me at Ria Rams everywhere. Now, in honor of Group Monster's story, let's play you a
oh,
track from Panic at the Disco. Here's Always, going out to Ramon and his then prom date. Only here on Manila's hottest monster, RX 93.1. And
oh God,
feed.
Oh, I love that. I love
oh
that.
man,
You see how full of screw up moments our lives are. Like that was literally those were two
yeah.
very separate moments in each of our lives, and yet we always found things to just be embarrassed about.
Oh,
Ah,
Mhm.
yeah.
never admitted that story by the way to anybody,
Yeah,
not
dude,
even my
same.
family. We
I've
never
never
told
Well,
them.
now we
publicly,
all know.
yeah.
I am so hoping that Mystery Girl listens to this. And I hope she's like, I'm here, love.
God.
We'll see. We'll update you guys if it happens. But shit, this was such a nice. Oh my god, I can't believe we got to be in a pretend radio segment. That was so much fun.
Yeah,
Now we
man.
really completed podcast, talk show, and radio show.
We went
So
from being amateurs to pros, just that, like that,
I
man.
love that.
yes, and of course we want to thank our lovely guest Ria for being here with us. We will be plugging all of her socials, although she already said it out loud in the description of the YouTube video. And thank you so much for being here again. It was super nice having you on. This was such a fun, very light segment. Something I think we all needed tonight in this hot summer evening.
Oh,
But yeah, we
yeah.
will be right back with the Screw Up Show right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the show. Our next guest is an online businessman who recently just turned an IG account into a must explore stop for all music, especially for vinyl lovers out there. His business is acetate music, and it has all of your vinyl needs. So please welcome to the show, Gab Saulog.
Hi guys. Thank you for having me again. I'm
Welcome
super,
to the show.
yeah, I'm super excited to be here.
All
Super
right.
excited to have you on, sir. This is gonna be so fun. This is such a like what we were saying backstage, Music
Yeah,
is such a loose topic, and especially now
Mhm.
that a lot of people have kind of gone to that space for comfort and for their own like personal therapy, right? It's something
oh
that's
yeah,
really
that's
needed in
true.
the world right now. So it should be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like personally speaking, like yeah, music was such a big comfort to me. Like I really broadened my horizons like the past 2, 3 years. So
Mm.
I guess like it's really a universal experience for everyone with regards to that.
For sure,
Right.
for sure.
Sige. So to get the ball rolling, I guess, since ayun nga, we're talking about basically music, diba? So where did your love and appreciation for music and of course yung vinyl come from?
Mm, my love for getting into vinyl began with my grandfather, my lolo, because my lolo was the one who was very big into collecting records up until he passed away. And once he passed away, my dad ended up inheriting the whole setup and collection that he had. So I think that was around uh we only fixed the setup around 2014. So since then, like my dad like was the one who also taught me like how to use it, like how vinyl works and stuff. And I guess I just really fell in love with like having that physical medium of getting to show an appreciation for your music, and like like hearing it on vinyl, like hearing it on a you know physical tangible format.
Yeah, for sure. Like vinyl is kind of like the fine wine of music of like music
Yeah.
platforms. Like my
Yeah.
friend has an Audio Technica,
Hmm.
record player, and he's really like selective about the records that he picks, and it just sounds so special when you
It
listen
hits
to it
different.
on a
Yeah.
It
record player. Like
does.
it's indescribable because you're listening to the same music that you would
Hmm.
hear like on Spotify, right? But just seeing the record turn while you hear like
Yeah.
the hell all the music is coming off of that
Yeah.
record,
Yeah, diba?
like what is this life? Like what is innovation,
Yeah.
it's so
It
crazy how, and the world just kind of like jumped on that bandwagon, especially like in the late 2010s. A lot of
oh
people
yeah.
started getting record players, and we started
Hmm.
seeing a lot more people like going to like record stores, and then a bunch of them
Hmm.
started opening like all over Metro Manila, right? There used to be one
Yeah.
in Salcedo. I don't know if it's still there. Like I
Hmm.
hope it's still there, but it's crazy how the world just kind of, they took something that used to be new, and then people kind of forgot about it for a while, and then it kind of came back again because we wanted to be um we wanted to be involved in that,
Hmm.
in that way that music is shared with the world, right? And it's
Oh
crazy.
yeah. For
But
sure.
clearly your love for this is not, it's not something to be questioned because you actually took the initiative to turn it into something, into something
Yeah.
big like this, like an online business. So how did acetate music come about? Like where did you, when did you decide like, okay, I'm gonna open a online record selling business?
Oh, okay. So I guess the origin of acetate. I've always been thinking about like how like some of the record stores here, although they had like good selection, like really great selections actually for like really old music, like classic rock, classic jazz, 80s pop, stuff like that. Parang there was like a huge like selection of that here with multiple stores. But there were like a number of items that I personally couldn't find here. Like no matter how many stores I asked, and no matter how many places I had to check out, or even I tried to have like a special order with them. Parang it would be like really hard to you know what do you call this? It's really hard to like follow up with that. And eventually, like I decided like nung the early months of the pandemic, like around early April, that's when I decided to if if there's some stuff that I can't get here, then why can't I try bringing it in here, diba? And at first I was I had to like really think about the logistics of it. And at that time, around April 2020, vinyl was not as big as it was today. Like in the local community, not a lot of people were like active purchasers of vinyl from online. Like most would just go to the store and then see what they could get. But for me, I really had to like plan out the logistics and think, oh, what do people like? I had to analyze what people our age were into, and like what type of music they'd want to get on vinyl, and what's more or less hard to find but not so difficult to bring in. So there was all that planning, and eventually, like, I got to, you know after a few months, I got to launch at around, I think it was June, June or July, June or July of 2020. That's when I launched. But then I started out with like a really, tiny selection, like really tiny selection. And then, of course, to entice people, I had to uh, more or less make the prices pretty competitive as compared to the other stores here. And from there, I was just really surprised na it took off. It pretty much took off. And then as the months and eventually years went by, I was able to kind of grow this platform that went beyond from like a small Instagram store into like, what I have today.
That's really amazing, man. I mean, good for you. Like, and it's true, there are a lot of records that I think I've seen in stores maybe once and then never again. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
shit,
Mhm.
maybe someone should have, like, someone I know should have gotten that so that we would be able to have it. There's one album in particular. They
Which
used
one?
to, because in Fully Booked in BGC in the fourth floor, right? There's a whole
Yeah.
section
Oh
for
yeah, yeah,
vinyl
yeah.
stuff.
They added that.
There was a copy of John Mayer's Where the Light Is, the one live
Oh
in the one
yeah,
live in
the
yeah.
live box set. It's a
Yeah, we
box set
saw
with
it
four
once.
discs.
Yeah, we saw it once. After that, every time we came back, we went looking for it, never saw it again. Like,
Oh man,
my friend had
sayang.
to order it. I'm not sure if he got it from your store, but um he had to order it like online, and we super regretted. Like, imagine you just see it once and after that you're like, you're
Yeah,
never gonna
you're just
find
like
it
damn
again.
it, I missed out.
Yeah, it becomes
Mm.
like a freaking like treasure hunt. Like,
Hmm.
anytime you see records, you just kind of gravitate towards it, and then your first
Yeah,
instinct is to look for that one album, and then if it's not there, you're kind of just like, shit.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna kind of tell yourself now, oh fuck, it's not meant to be. But then, in your heart, you're just kind of like, damn it, I really should have gotten it before.
Yeah, that's why, and that's where stuff like your store comes in. Where it's just
Hmm.
like, hey, do you have this on? And then if you're like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
true. Oh, but yeah,
Um,
oh gosh, that's a great album. But I remember I,
mhm.
I I wouldn't find that in person as much before.
Yeah, I
The
don't
Where
think
the
I've
Light
seen
Is.
it again since that time that I saw it. Voila, man, I haven't seen it again.
Mm. But I think
But
that's the fun of it, no? Like you actually actively looking for this one vinyl that you really love.
mhm,
And even if sometimes, luck doesn't come your way,
yeah.
but the feeling of finally finding it, diba? It's
Oh
just
yeah.
magical, man, diba?
Oh yeah. Like,
Mm.
I guess, yeah, you're really right in that sense. Na parang there's no other joy than when you're really just digging through a record crate randomly, and then all of a sudden you find something that you've been looking for after so long. Like, yeah, there are like some instances where I've heard stories from friends of mine, and even personally, where that's happened to me, and it's such a great feeling.
Yeah. And also like starting up your store, diba?
Mhm.
Not only are you like venturing into a business, but you're venturing into a business of doing something that you love, diba nga?
Mhm.
With vinyl, diba?
Yeah.
So yeah, really just hits everything on your checklist and whatnot, and being able to form some sort of like community na rin with people who go to your store, diba, and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That
So,
yeah.
sige, go ahead, man.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh,
Mm.
sorry. No, but yeah, that's true. I guess, it's what you said about finding a community.
Yeah.
Uh, it's nice because I was able to meet so many new people from it. Like the same way that you guys get to meet new people from your show.
Mm.
I was able to meet new people from the local music and vinyl community, and in a way, I've also been able to help out those who are like contemplating on whether or not they should start the vinyl hobby, and eventually, they became avid fans of it. So there really is a sense of community in that as well.
Yeah. Great, man. Sige. So like, I think you kind of mentioned this a bit in the previous question, but maybe you can like just like talk more about it and whatnot. Basically, it's like the process naman of how you go about with your business. So how do you choose the albums or like soundtracks that you want to order and then sell? Is it based on like from your personal preference or like you mentioned nga, like what people would want to buy? Diba?
Hmm. Uh, okay, a great question. But I guess personally, the way that I did it was to first analyze, what people. I started with people our age, so people around our generation, and I started to, take note of what my friends would listen to, what, the friends of my friends would listen to, or and then look at the internet and see more or less what's hip or uso. I
Mm.
mean, because honestly, when I actually started this off, I was pretty like I'll be honest, I was pretty like close-minded with regards to music. Like I did not like a lot of pop artists. I did not like, a lot of things. Like I was very selective. I liked a lot of old stuff, I was trying to be that edgy indie sad boy, whatever back then. Yeah, but then, being in the pandemic just gave me a lot of time to just, open my mind to these things. And personally, when I was analyzing what people like, I gave it a shot, and then that's where my personal preferences came in. And personally, because I like with soundtracks, that's actually my favorite genre. I'm super big into soundtracks. So that one is the one I was pretty sure about. Like, I was like, oh, I like this. If I'm passionate enough about this and I can market this pretty well, I guess it can sell. So stuff like that. But eventually, from analyzing the patterns of the people around me, it also ended up becoming like a personal thing. Like the stuff that I like, I decided to like, share it with, the rest of the world, or the local music community and vinyl community here.
Damn. That's pretty
Mm.
cool. I mean, it's
Sorry.
really good talaga that you
Mhm.
kind of did a census check right before you started choosing what kind of things you wanted to bring in. But then you
Mhm.
also didn't forget to, to bring yourself into it too, because yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, this is your business and you have the opportunity to share the kind of music that you love with
Mhm.
the people who will be buying it, and maybe you might open some new musical doors for them too,
Yes.
right? Like they
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
they might have
Exactly.
gone through that phase that you went through. You kind of not open to these kinds of music, but just give people the opportunity and the time to
Mhm.
be able to listen to it, and you might convert them.
Yeah. Exactly. Actually, one thing that I like is that eventually, um, when I more or less established like a loyal, a loyal set of customers and loyal following, I decided to kind of like venture out into bringing stuff that are kind of out of the box. So I started to kind of like introduce a lot of non-mainstream stuff, like, or mga older hidden gems. And I appreciate how some of my customers would message me saying that, oh, I never knew of this artist, but parang when reading how you reviewed it and described it in my write up or something, they decided to check it out, and they ended up liking it. So parang for me, it was a really nice thing to realize. Parang, oh, what I what I've been putting out has been kind of affecting people as well and opening their musical tastes, like what you said.
Yeah, man. I mean, music talaga brings everybody together. It's a given fact
It's such
already.
an easy like conversation.
I
Just be like,
know.
what music you listen to? And, oh, I
Mm.
like this. Oh, no way, you listen to him on. There you go.
Yeah,
That's your
friendship,
connection, right?
friendship booming.
Usually, yun na nga you judge, like, sometimes you judge people's personality off the music that they like,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah,
You
diba?
tell you're able to read people. It's not a good
Yeah,
practice always, because, like,
it's not a
a
good
lot of people
practice.
can have good music taste, but usually, like, a lot of the friends that we've made, like, it's very easy for us to connect with them because we just have the same kind of music.
Music taste.
Yeah. And yeah, so there's this thing that I don't know if you've seen it. There's this YouTube channel. I don't remember what exactly it's called, but they used to do this thing where they would bring an artist and then they'd have them go to like a record store, and then they'd give them a
Oh,
budget and have them pick like
oh
the
yeah, yeah,
vinyls that
yeah.
they wanted, and then they'd have the artists kind of talk about why they loved like these particular artists, and it wasn't like even stuff really like in the same genre as the artist's music. It was stuff that was completely out there, and it just fascinated me so much because that really is also such a good way to um tell a lot about, you know, how those people are behind the music and behind everything, and what inspired them to make their own music, right? So
Oh yeah.
you know, if we put you in that situation, like no budget, but like what would you consider like your top five must-haves for anyone who either just collects vinyl or religiously listens to it on the record player? Because, you know, as much as, you know, the music world has kind of exploded into something you can't even quantify anymore,
Mhm.
not everything is meant for vinyl.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
there's some stuff that like it's not worth buying it on that
Hmm.
particular platform. But for you, what would you consider like the top five must-haves? Like it doesn't need to be stuff that you've sold even. It could just be like your own personal, like this really sounds good on a
On
record
vinyl.
player. Like
Okay. Um. Okay. So top five. Okay. I'll go with like five essential stuff, like five essential titles, and then five kind of obscure ones. So
all right, go.
forgive me for giving around 10. But um, I guess I'll start off with like some essentials. So number one would be Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. That's actually like in a ton of like lists by record collectors about what you have to listen to on vinyl. And honestly, I have to reiterate that I echo their same sentiments because it's an otherworldly experience. Seriously, it's so atmospheric and even yeah, can I say cinematic? Yeah, but it's really it just kind of envelopes you when you listen to it, and as it is because that album itself is a great one already. Like you listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music, it's already it's a big wow. But yeah, just listening to it on vinyl, it just transports you elsewhere. I guess another essential that I'd say is Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. I mean, that's classic Fleetwood Mac, and rock can't sound any better than it does with Rumors. So yeah, that's the second one. The third one, I'll go for well, yeah, it's another essential title. It's Miles Davis Kind of Blue. Yeah, like I mean that's pretty much a bestseller with me because everyone, when they're gonna start their jazz collection, they always start off with that. Um, okay, then the next two, um, maybe I'll go for like personal picks now with this. Um, either okay, I can't really choose, but either Daft Punk's Discovery or Daft Punk's Random Access Memories. Like those two
Ran. I
are
knew that Ram was gonna be
yeah,
Yeah,
because
somewhere.
dude,
it was not gonna be there.
dude, it cannot not be there. It's perfect. It's a perfect album.
Yeah,
And
dude.
yeah, the way that it was pressed and mastered on vinyl, it's similar to the Pink Floyd thing. Like it's
Mm.
a whole new experience. It's a whole new sonic experience. And I never get tired of listening to it. Like I'm actually really scared that my personal copy, like I keep playing it, it might wear out eventually. So yeah, so there's that. And another one would probably be Ultraviolence by Lana Del Rey. So a lot of people know Lana Del Rey for being like a sad girl or something,
Mm.
but the production on that album, it's really good. It's like a blues rock, a cinematic, and it sounds amazing on vinyl. It's something. It's really something. Even if you're not a big fan of Lana Del Rey, like I recommend that. Like, if you're gonna listen to her on vinyl, that's the record that you should listen to. And okay, maybe I'll just like breeze through some more obscure stuff. So wait, maybe I can show it. Actually, yeah, that might be
Yes,
more
nice.
fun because it's just behind me.
Yun.
So, this is Twin Peaks. The TV show Twin Peaks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Mhm.
a 80s 90s show, and the score it's like a jazzy ambient instrumental score. So this sounds fantastic. Um, Next, I'd say it's this Japanese jazz funk
Oh wow.
record called The Adventures of Kosuke Kindaichi. Kindaichi Kosuke. I'm so sorry. I I inverted that. By the Mystery Kindaichi Band. It's an imaginary soundtrack to this pulp fiction novel in
Mhm.
Japan. It's like a detective story. But the music, even if you're not familiar with like the source material, it's a really, really great listening experience. It's a shame that it's not on streaming though. So you have to go to
Oh
like
shit.
YouTube for that. Yeah. Another one would be Wolfpack's The
Oh
Beautiful
shit.
Game.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is one of my favorite albums of all time.
That has Dean
Uh
Town on it, right?
yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like I guess this is the Wolfpack essential. If you're gonna have one Wolfpack record on vinyl, it's this one. Like it's
Fuck.
really good. It's so
Yeah.
good. Okay. Sorry, what's another one? Oh, I'm gonna go with another soundtrack. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. Jazz.
Fuck
Bebop
yeah, man.
jazz. Yeah. Not only is it one of the best animes ever, but also one of the best soundtracks. So yeah, I'm really just
Right on.
I'm sorry for like really just going off geeking
Yeah,
out about
dude, go. This is so cool. I
Man,
love that you
we
have it
love
just
this,
behind
man.
you.
yeah,
Mm.
honestly, because I was trying to fix my collection and I didn't get to fix it
You're like,
properly.
what can I put out front so it's showy?
Yeah, so I was just gonna like, show it na lang. Oh, I guess I'll go for uh Saint Vincent. Are you guys familiar with Saint Vincent?
I think I have a
Anyway,
few of yeah, I
yeah,
have a
Saint
few of
Vincent.
those.
She's really good. This was one of my albums of the year last year. It's like a inspired 70s inspired rock album. So it kind of takes homage to like Steely Dan, Pink Floyd, David Bowie. So yeah, it's amazing on vinyl. Yeah. Sorry, that took me a while.
Ah, dude, no problem. Mag-time
Yeah,
lapse lang yan.
Oh nga. Fast forward mo na lang, sorry.
Yo, but those are pretty good picks. Like I would have I like Wolfpack. I listened to not religiously, naman. Like I'm not a super fan, but through COVID, I've gotten to appreciate their music, and I never thought that it would be something that would sound really good on vinyl. Like just because I think when you're listening to the audio on Spotify, you kind of think that you're getting the best experience that you can
Yeah.
because it
But
really
nope,
sounds so
nope.
good quality already on Spotify. Like
Yeah.
even on
It's
YouTube when you watch our music videos, it's already like really good sounding. But I guess taking it to that next level ng of putting it on a record player would make it sound even better. Interesting. Maybe I'll listen to
yeah, it
I'll
heightens it.
listen to
It
the
actually
album
heightens it.
again.
All right. So it's great nga that you've shown your personal favorite picks, diba? And
Yeah.
actually on cam pa, diba? So ayun. So like
Sorry.
going back, no man, it's fun, man. So going back na to your business muna. So
Mhm.
like what new arrivals, diba? Like can people expect you to be carrying soon that they might want to get a hold of? Diba?
Okay. Well, new arrival. So of course, there's Dawn FM that's due to arrive late next month because
Mm.
right now because there's a lot of pressing delays in the vinyl industry, so it's taking a
Mhm.
while for pressing plants to kind of cope with the demand. So yeah, by next month late next month I'll be having the weekend's Dawn FM. I'm pretty sure that's gonna sound really good on vinyl
Yeah, dude, that's one of the highest rated like albums right
of
now.
the year. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and it
dude.
deserves it
Yeah,
really
I know, man.
deserves it.
His Jesus.
Yeah. Like talagang I recommend that. And I'm excited to have one for myself then. Right now, I have a new release. I have Charlie XCX Crash. Oh, well anyway, maybe it's better it's blurred because she's kind of like naked on the cover.
No problem.
Yeah, but
Family friendly show.
family friendly content. But yeah, that album just came out the other like nung Friday lang. So yeah, it's a really really fresh arrival, and then I just dropped it on the site last night, and it sold out within like 30 minutes. Like
Oh
all
shit.
all the stock I had for that just sold out like really fast.
Good for you, man.
Mm-hmm. I well, thanks. But there's also another highly rated album of the year, Rosalia's Motomami. I don't know if you guys listened to that yet. It's like a Spanish pop Spanish, Latin pop album.
We'll have to check that out. Not super familiar.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. The Weeknd has a feature on it. Yeah, he sings in Spanish. It's really
Oh
good.
damn.
Actually. And what else is there? There's Black Country New Road. Are you guys familiar with them? They're an indie group who made like a really good record this year. So I'm gonna have stock of that like soon as well.
I'm not sure. You know, there's a lot of artists that I select songs that I like and I just put in my like songs.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
have to search the name to check if I know the artist. Because sometimes I don't even know the name of the artist, but I like the sound of the song. I'm like, yeah, I'm saving
Yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah.
But hey, we get
I get you.
recommendations, diba? So it's great.
Yeah, that's I mean, yeah. I hope you guys check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Have to, for sure. I mean, I'm always open to listening to new types of music. I think that's something
That's
talaga
good.
the world needs right now, right? We just need
Yeah.
more music. 'Cause
Coping mechanism.
yeah, dude, and it just changes every day. Like we don't know what the next trending song is gonna be tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Like it could be something from freaking like the 90s or the 80s that someone brings back, and then
Oh
it's like,
yeah.
yeah, okay, this is gonna be
Yeah,
a
A lot
pop
of
again.
yeah, exactly. Like a lot of those stuff get big because of TikTok.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
the back.
very
Or
common and
someone's
what
gonna
we
remix
figured
it
out.
and then it's gonna become like a smash hit because of TikTok, and then people are gonna use it on like dancing videos or memes, whatever.
Yeah, and then they'll look on YouTube for the TikTok remix. I do that sometimes with some of the songs that I
Then they have
some of the
comments,
some of the
diba?
stuff that they
TikTok brought
combine
me
is just
here.
so guaps. Like I don't know how like some of the TikTok DJs, they'll get two
Uh-huh.
songs that have no business being together. They'll make
Oh
it
yeah.
sound so like what the hell is that? Like
Yeah, parang it's like its own thing, and it really
yeah,
works. It really works.
it makes the songs change genre but to something completely different. Like now you have the
Mhm.
slow reverb versions of songs.
Yeah.
It just
Oh
blows
my
my
god.
mind, man. Because a fast song that
Yes.
sounds slow, I'm like, damn, this making me senti. Like
It hits
stuff like
different.
that. Yeah, it's really yeah. I'm really happy that TikTok's done that for a lot of artists because I feel like that's how a lot of them ended up getting their songs boosted. Like if you go
Oh
to their
yeah.
artist page on Spotify, the number one will always be the one that's on
TikTok song.
TikTok, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, there's like sirens in the background. But
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
so we have one more question.
Okay, go.
We started asking this to every guest. It's more of like a personal brand type questions, you know. So
Right.
I'm sure when we messaged you and you saw our name as the Screw Ups, you're like, what the fuck? Like, why? It's not a very common Barkada name, but it's something that I think fit our personalities in high school perfectly because we were always getting into really stupid and really embarrassing stuff. But like, we don't let that affect who we are and you know what we're doing now, and you know, for a bunch of people who identify as screw ups to just put
Mhm.
our show out like this and have the balls to talk to people all the time. Like a few years ago, this is something that we would have thought it was a complete joke if you told us we were going to be doing this now. But you know, there are moments where we messed up back then and then we kind of see now that you know it really happened for a reason. It helped us grow into the people we are now. And we just wanted to ask if there's any moment that you've had like that in your life where you kind of felt at that time you messed up, or it doesn't even need to be something super serious, like something you got embarrassed by. But then now you look back on it and now you're like, shit, that was really relevant, pala. Like that needed to happen for me to become who I am now, and for you to maybe make
Wow.
an important decision that you never would have made had
Mhm.
whatever that was not happened to you. So
Wow. Wow. Thank you for that very intelligent question. But
of
actually,
course.
it's a very existential question. Actually, it just makes you kind of waves those memories back of like, oh, what were those defining moments that affected me today? Well, well, first I also want to add lang na, did you guys really call yourself the screw up since high school?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
Yep.
yeah.
Wow.
It was also a joke in the beginning, I think, and then
Uh-huh.
after we are just like, yeah, that's
Let's stick
us.
with it.
It's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. I mean, it's catchy and I guess self-aware. So
it is
yeah,
Mhm.
self-aware.
yeah, diba? So it works. It works.
Thank
But I
you.
guess to answer your question, um I guess the defining moment for me wow, it really got me looking back. It would be like, well, personally, I'm not really great at math, so I'm just kind of surprised now after all these years I'm kind of running my own business. So parang I was just like, that was honestly never in the cards. I never intended on doing this. Like this was really not something I planned on doing, not even late into my college years. But I mean, just all of a sudden things changed and I decided to give it a shot and it's working so far. So yeah, but um defining moment. I guess as a my screw up moment probably would be that there was a point in time where I was constantly like thinking about how my friends were always doing so much better than me. Like, cause um, a lot of my friends, cause they're pretty smart. So I think this was around late high school, early college, where I was really just like kind of wondering like, what am I gonna do that's gonna set myself apart, like from them, aside from being just their friend, or being because it's like at the time they had a lot of things going for them, and at that time I kind of had nothing. Like I was just, I was enjoying life.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, happy, but it's not, I didn't think I was doing anything bigger beyond myself, and
Yeah.
it really had me wondering like, what could I do? Like, what could I, or parang like it gave me like some doubts as well about, self-esteem, wondering if I could be as good as them or whatever. But now, I mean, I overcame that. I overcame that. And I guess I'd like to think that I've done something that would have made my past self pretty much proud. And yeah, there's a lot more in store that I have, not not only for this venture but also for myself in the future. So yeah, I guess that's what I'd say is my defining moment. Like I'm feeling like such a screw up and like something was lacking with me then. But then, looking at it now, I'm content with where I
Good for you, man.
Yeah, and you're in a
am.
good place right now, man. You know?
Yeah.
You're here. You're among
Screw
fellow
ups.
screw ups, and really
Mm.
nothing to be ashamed of. Like that just means that we're really human, and if there was nothing like going on in your life that kind of made you question what you were doing, then that means that you would have stopped growing there, right? So
Yeah.
it's
And you're
great
not
that yeah.
you're
Go
not
ahead. Go
alone in
ahead.
that regard also.
That's
Yeah,
true.
there
That's true.
a lot of people who are probably going through the same thing right now, and hearing that probably gave them
Mm-hmm.
some validation that things are gonna get better in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
thank
hope
you for
so.
sharing that. Thank you for thank
Thank
you
you.
for opening yourself up. Damn, that's a
Yeah.
really good answer.
Actually, yeah, honestly, I don't talk about that a lot. So
Oh,
yeah.
thank you
Thanks
for
for thanks for
thank
asking
you
that.
for
Thanks for asking
choosing
that.
here to.
Yeah, thanks, man. We appreciate it, dude.
It
Mhm.
makes us validated to know that you're comfortable enough to share that on here.
Good
But
host, good host.
oh, thank you, sir. Great guest, great guest. So yeah, we will be we'll be right back with Gab in a
Mhm.
bit. We're gonna be playing a fun game. We'll see you guys in a minute. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Screw Up Show. We're here with Gab Saulog, and we're gonna be playing a really fun little game. So he works a lot around albums and records and soundtracks. Clearly, he's shown that there's stuff like behind him right now. And so we decided to do something really fun. Each of us, including me and Ramon, we're gonna try and draw an album cover that we personally think would sound great on vinyl. Um, I mean, I think it's gonna be really hard to guess what it is if the drawings are shit, but like there's a
Yeah.
lot of features on certain albums that you'll know it right away. So we're just gonna
Okay.
test how good our artistic skills are, and yeah, it's just gonna show a bit about our music taste a little more. So
Okay.
I'm gonna get my yeah, everyone. I'm gonna get my pen. I have my paper here.
What
I'm just
about
gonna draw.
artistic interpretation? What if like I'm not gonna do the literal cover, then I'm just gonna do
Oh,
like No, no, no. That's
Interesting.
too hard. That's too hard. That's
All
too
right,
hard.
all right. Do whatever you want, man.
Whatever works, man.
I'm just kidding. I was
Yeah.
just kidding. I was saying it as a joke.
There you go.
This one, it's jazz disco funk album from India called Disco Jazz. It's called Disco
Okay.
Jazz by an artist called Rupa, and it was done in collaboration with like a number of like American funk. Apparently, it's a bridge of Indian and American funk and jazz. So, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's really tough to describe it. But when you listen to it, you know what it sounds like. Yeah, it's parang, okay. It's a really pretty underrated record, but I highly recommend it. Okay, but this one, you guys gotta get this. I think this is like easy to guess.
Oh, is that the Strokes?
Yes.
Is this it?
Yep. Yeah.
That's the
Third-
best album of the Strokes. Like,
I know.
know, it's the best. Just someday, just because it's there. That
It-
the
it
modern
solidified
age,
it,
man. Oh
Yeah.
god damn. Yeah, I got the rest of them into the Strokes also during COVID because I
Oh,
started
legit?
putting it in my playlist. Yeah. And then I gave it to them, so it's part of like our now.
This guy is our influencer.
Wow. He's the one who's spreading the good music.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's really good. No, but
Damn, what a good pick. Holy shit. I'm so
Yeah.
happy I got that. I was like, God,
Yeah.
please.
wow, I'm so sorry. The hand's really ugly.
Nah, dude, fuck,
Nah,
man.
nah,
I got it
that's
right
great.
away. That shows
I'm
that,
looking at
like,
mine now and I'm like, well, fuck, man. I'm gonna follow that.
Okay, go. Sige, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Come on, you
so
wanna go first?
Ton should know this because we actually bonded over this like last year. So
Oh, I'm correct. Okay. I
yeah.
think
There you go.
yeah.
I'm a John Mayer fan, so I really liked how he brought up John Mayer kanina and whatnot.
Mhm.
Pero here's the album that I picked. Look at that.
Yes.
Going.
Oh shit.
That
Is it
is.
this-
Okay,
is that
go. Try
Paradise
to
Valley?
guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Paradise
Oh,
Valley,
wow.
right?
You guessed it. Holy shit. Here's
It's
the
so funny because
the co-
that was our when we what we do because every year is we rank John Mayer's albums, but then every time something
Oh.
happens to us, our thing changes.
It changes.
Yeah,
What?
Paradise Valley was always on
No.
the bottom. And then last year, me and Mon were like, let's just listen to it again.
Ayun nga eh.
Yo, it
So like,
moved up so many spots after. We were
No
like,
way. What's the
what the-
ranking now?
it's not,
what's our ranking now? Okay,
Di
mine
ba there's
is
8 albums, diba?
Yeah,
It's
there's 8.
definitely at the top of the bottom 4 now. So at least
Top
diba,
of-
yeah, so it's in the 4th. Yeah, best is Continuum.
Oh, for
I think-
sure.
for us,
Continuum is
yeah.
always, but for us, I think our second place is the same. I really love Search for Everything. It's
Dude,
such
yeah.
a
There's no
really
bad
good
song
like.
there.
Yeah.
And
Pero
then
ayun, I
what's
love-
our third? Battle Studies, I think, is third.
Battle
was-
Studies.
Battle
Yeah.
Studies.
Battle Studies is third.
Uh-huh.
Sabra.
Did I rank 4th place? No, Sobrock's not 4th. Sobrock is like my
No, it was
5th.
for me. For me.
Mhm.
For you. My
Mm.
4th was. I think I put Room for Squares in the 4th.
Room for
Okay.
Squares. Okay.
Yeah, and then Sobrock, Paradise, Born and Raised. I know I'm gonna get shit for ranking Born and Raised like that low. Like I really love the music there. It's just that compared to the other stuff, it's not
Mm.
the And then
Depends on
it's
the
the last
mood.
one. Heavier
kasi
Things is the last one.
I really can't
Oh.
connect much with heavier things. So
Yeah, I
like,
can't connect.
yeah.
There's some songs that kind of don't belong there.
Yeah, for me, actually, yeah, I think my ranking's pretty similar to yours. Because number 1, Continuum, but then number 2, switch out Battle Studies with
Okay,
Search for
yeah.
Everything. The number 3, Search for Everything. The number
Nice.
4, Room for Squares.
Mhm.
Then number 5, I think is Sabrock for me. The number 6 is Paradise Valley. Then Heavier Things and Born and Raised. Okay, I just interchanged the
that-
last 2.
It's fair.
Pero
that's
ayun nga,
fair.
like
I
what
think I really
Anton
think you should
mentioned nga,
revisit Born and
Yeah.
Raised and Paradise because your ranking
Ah.
might change after. Like
So yeah,
Paradise just blew our minds, man.
honestly,
like, where was
as
this
a
shit?
fan, as a fan, like I never really cared for the country albums, the two of them, Born and Raised and Paradise. Pero when we listened to it, apart from Sob Rock, which is the new album at the time last
Mhm.
year, it felt like we had two new albums from him because we're listening to this one in a new light, diba? No pun intended with
Yeah.
the with the song. Pero ayun, so it's a very fun experience, and now I go back to it ever so often. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's
Mm.
good. Okay, I will take your word for it. I will take your word
Mhm.
for it and revisit Paradise Valley.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I wasn't too fond of it before, maybe because of the country. Yeah,
Mhm.
since it's the country one. But okay, I
That
will
was RNO
give it a
also.
shot.
Then after we were like, damn it, John,
You were like,
John
holy shit.
convinced us.
John
Mm.
changed us.
There's like two or three songs that when you're done, you're just gonna be like, was that even like on the rec? Like the
Really?
yeah, because
Parang you'll
he does
just
a lot of instrumental stuff that we didn't remember. So when we
Mhm.
heard it again, we were like, we're just laughing na lang because it's too unbelievable.
Sige, I will really give it a shot. I
Okay.
love doing that. I love revisiting albums that
Yeah, there's
you
stuff
just
that
didn't
Mhm.
hits
like
you that
before.
didn't before, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
Oo.
fuck.
like
Mm.
opinions will literally change. Like
Yeah.
I've done that recently with a lot of stuff too. So
Yeah, it just shows how
oh,
loose of a topic talaga music is.
oh yeah, for
Look at the
sure.
dog, oh. So
But yeah, I
fast.
know the dog was the one that's just like, oh, okay, yeah, Paradise Valley. I mean, of course, the farmer looking vibes, but then the dog
Yeah.
told
Oh
me.
yeah, if you hadn't said John Mayer, I think it would be harder to get, but because you said there's only one album that's like that.
Mm.
Okay,
How
What
about
about
you,
yours?
buddy?
mine should be pretty enough for you to get. It's pretty. There's only one album that looks like this,
Oh, Mac
Oh.
Miller,
dude.
swimming.
Mac Miller
Very
changed my life, man.
good drawing. Actually, that's
I
pretty good
s-
drawing.
I super
Show it
wasn't
again.
into
I didn't
him
appreciate it enough.
during COVID.
Mhm.
It got so far I bought his merch
Oh
from his
wow!
store. Like
What merch
I
did you get?
didn't know.
I got the swimming in circles hoodie.
Oh, nice,
You
Dude,
should
it's
have
so
worn
nice.
nice.
that.
It was really, but I don't know. There's something about because my favorite song from Mac Miller isn't even from swimming. It's from Circles. Blue World is my favorite song.
Wait, oh,
It's
I get that.
fantastic, and I think that Circles would be a really good vinyl to have. But the stuff on swimming is just like I listened to 2009 again recently. Oh my god, hearing that I think on a record when it's like the
Yeah,
dude.
this is
And
gonna
what's the
blow your
use?
mind.
Listening
Mhm.
to that on freaking vinyl too. Holy crap! Like I get goosebumps.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. No, honestly, actually, I feel bad because I only got into Mac stuff when he passed away.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
Mm.
like, I felt super late to the party, but then parang, yun nga, now I can really just say na parang how the world really lost such a promising talent.
Yeah.
Sayang, super sayang.
For sure. And like all the fans that he gained that he'll never know about.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
damn, God.
but
Ugh.
his legacy, I think his legacy is
Dude, it's
kind
gonna
of
last forever.
cemented.
Yeah.
There's
It's there na.
yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Like, ah, so
This is great,
Damn.
man.
This has been so fun. What the hell?
I know.
Mm.
Yeah, I honestly just felt like we were just chilling and hanging
Yeah,
out.
it's
Yeah.
just like a Zoom cuenta, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
But
it
yeah, we
technically is
wanna
a Zoom kwento. So
it is a Zoom cuenta. The secretly not a talk show. We just do like
we
this the
just put
entire day.
branding on it. Pero, yeah.
But yeah, we will be plugging all of Gab's socials in the description of the YouTube video. You can check out his store, Acetate Music, on IG and their newly launched website. I think it's up now,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
We will be linking all of that. Thank you so much, Gab, for joining us.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Ton. Thank you, Ramon. Thank you.
Of
Yeah.
course, this has been
Likewise,
such a
man.
great,
I
great
know.
refreshing
I had a
experience.
blast.
We had a blast too, man. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's watching. We will be right back with the Screw Up Show. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show. So we've had a lot of influencers on the show before, but each person's story is different, and we can't wait to hear our next guest story as well. She's a rising Instagram model and influencer. Please welcome Kyla Kingsu. Woo!
Hello.
Welcome to the
Hi,
show.
guys. Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for being here. Exciting, exciting. So I guess the first thing we just want to ask, like, it's super just random, lang, but what course are you studying in school right now? You're
Sure.
still studying, right?
Yes. So I'm a third
Okay.
year applied corporate management student at De La Salle University. So essentially, it's like a unique business management course that allows us to have 3 internships instead of 1 internship.
Got 3 internships. I couldn't even get to one internship.
Same.
Props to
DLSU, let's
you.
go.
Business courses represent. That's so cool though. Like that you're taking up business because I think that's one of the well, I mean, I don't want to say not all courses can be applied to future jobs, but business is really that, no matter what field you go into, you can take that knowledge with you and kind of make it your own, right?
For sure. Yeah, for
Mm,
sure.
yeah. Okay, so now that we got to know you a bit better, diba? Let's actually get into what you do, diba? And so how did you get to start influencing products and modeling for online stores, getting bookings and etc.?
Okay, sure. So it actually started last September 2020. So that was like the start of the pandemic. So it started with this IG brand called Wear Kalina. So it's a woman-owned clothing business from Bacolod. So shout out to the owner, Jessica. So she's actually a friend of one of my close friends that time. And he asked me to like help her out with like creating content for her brand. So she gave me like 4 tops in exchange for a feed post that was like content for her brand. And syempre I agreed because it was like a favor and at the same time like free clothes, like who wouldn't like agree. So
True.
back then I think yeah, right. Back then I think people were starting to get famous on TikTok, but it was like I only used like the app for fun and I focused on like IG and I really didn't like have any intention of becoming like a content creator or like to model. But like after I modeled for her brand, some other small brands started approaching me and ayun, tuloy na from then.
Oh, what a great opportunity to kind of kickstart your this path that I'm sure you didn't expect to be doing this, like
Yeah.
especially until now, right? It's what almost 2 years
Mhm.
since that day, and I'm sure you've gotten a lot of opportunities since then to promote more brands and more products. So
Yeah.
if given the chance, because I'm sure there's quite a few like brands that you'd wanna collab with, or even like fellow models that you'd wanna collab with for stuff. Who would be your favorite brand or fellow model that you'd wanna work with?
Okay, sure. So for brands, like syempre like I have like dream brands, but those are like really dreaming big, like no limit. It would have to be like the luxury like fashion brands, of course, like Dior, Louis Vuitton, like that's like up there na. But like
Yeah.
being realistic, being realistic at the moment, I would love to like be sponsored by New Lounge. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but then they do like eyelash and nail services. And like I'm a
Oh,
big fan of like their eyelash extensions. I think a lot of girls are really into it now, and like I can really attest to it now. Once you have like extensions, like eyelash extensions, it really like boosts your confidence. And like I'm a real customer, so I really love to be sponsored. Hello, joke. And then for models, um, like dreaming big again, like my super like icons would be like Heart Evangelista, like
oh,
locally,
for
and
sure. Yeah.
Ray Ray Hermar or Germar. I think it's Hermar. But then like yeah, that's dreaming big. But then realistically, I think there's a lot of like micro influencers who are like from the same generation. And I'd really love to like collaborate with any of them really. I think we have like a lot of things in common and it would be fun to like make friends as well.
You heard it here first. All those brands and people you mentioned, like you want someone to partner with. There you go.
Hmm.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think
dream
kaya
big,
naman.
diba?
Diba? Yeah,
Oh,
dream big.
why
Like,
not?
no need to be like realistically, because in this world that we're living in right now, kind of everything is
Yeah, it's
yours
true.
to take, diba?
Mm.
Manifesting it.
Yes.
Yeah, di ba nga kanina you mentioned you didn't even expect to be doing this, di ba? But here you are right now. So who's to say, di ba, na all of those might not eventually happen, di ba?
Hopefully.
Yeah, and in this show we manifest a lot of things, and
It seems to
They
work a
told,
lot.
yeah, a few of our guests can
Okay.
attest to that. So
Oh,
hopefully,
really? May
ayun nga.
magic pala dito.
Mhm. It was destiny that brought you here on our show.
Yes.
All right. So it's no secret nga. It shows talaga that you enjoy what you're doing, diba? You know, influencing, promoting products, modeling, diba? So, you know, being that you're a student also, like we mentioned kanina, with face-to-face classes coming up, diba? Everybody's slowly opening up schools again. I mean, I'm not sure with Lasal or ano yung plano nila, pero for some, like, diba, like Ateneo, diba, they started na. Um,
Yeah.
Ayun nga, on that note, with face-to-face classes kind of coming back, how do you intend to like balance, you know, school and yung pagiging influencer, model, especially since a lot of people nowadays really want to pursue it as a career. So, like, what are your plans to like balance all these things together?
Sure. So to give you guys like a brief background of myself, like I'm actually like I used to be like a very active student dancer. So ever since I was young, I've been used to like having a busy schedule, like trainings every day, competitions here and there. And so I think I was really like I had to discipline myself and had to learn time management like at an early age. And I think that's what really helped me like balance like my academics, my org work, or like my internships with all the these like PR or influencer stuff. So I guess some of my tips, first it would be to plan everything ahead of time and to maximize like different tools or platforms. Like for example, I have like three essentials when it comes to this. Like I have my GCal, where I schedule like my events, my deadlines, and everything. Then I have my Notion, where I use it like as a task tracker for all my schoolwork, internship work, and PR stuff. And then I also have a physical planner which I write on every day. So there naman I write like my daily schedule and everything. So I'm a very organized person. And then I think another tip would be to assign time limits to tasks. Like as much as possible, I try to be like realistic when I set my time limits so that I'm able to follow them like on a daily basis. And then I also like discipline myself like with my screen time. So like to avoid distractions. So I have like limits, for example, IG and TikTok, so that I won't be like using it all day. Like I think my IG is like 2 hours a day, then TikTok is just 1 hour a day, so that like it doesn't take up like a lot of my time.
Good for you. 1 hour lang for TikTok. Sheesh.
Can't
Some
say the
people,
same for us.
mga 3-4 hours. I don't even know it. It's already been
Bro.
like
Yeah,
how many hours already, and I'm still
yeah.
on TikTok.
I think that was me like start of the pandemic. Like I think everyone was like up so late all the time, like on TikTok, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is not good for me. Yeah.
Oh, I have friends who are on Discord 24/7. Like they do not turn off
Yeah, people who
the
just
app.
leave their
Oh
stuff on, and when they
my
sleep,
They
mute na
they
lang.
sleep
gosh.
there. Mhm.
They wake up, they're back there na.
Yeah, oh. Or at least they have people to wake up to, diba? So ayun.
Good morning.
Mhm. But yeah, very commendable on your part, diba? Being very organized and ayun, like really intending to balance everything, diba? So yun, for sure naman it's gonna work out, you know, along the road.
Yeah, and it's good then that you kind of got used to that kind of
Mm.
lifestyle. Na you know how to manage things even from a super young age. So at least you know it was worth it. So now you know how to do it like proper. It's not an easy skill, I will tell you. Like a majority of like students and even like our age now, mga working people, we're master clutchers because we don't know how to manage. We know how to manage like making hobble things. We don't know how to manage like
Baliktad.
actually.
Just meet the deadline.
Mm, different skill. So,
One that's not gifted to all, but fortunate for those who have it. Okay. Oh, this okay. This is a fun one. So this world that we've built, this world, at this point, we kind of tallied how many people we've had on our show across like all of our three platforms, and it's total to almost 100 people at this point.
Wow, that's a
Crazy. I
lot.
know we don't we cannot believe that we actually like had the time to sit down with that many people actually
Mhm.
get to share all of these things that they're passionate about. And a lot of our podcast accounts, mutuals with you, I think all of them, they've been on our show before. Like all of the influencers and all of them, I'm sure you know who they are. Shout out to you guys if you know who I'm talking about. Um, so I don't know if when you saw this question, you asked them about like how it was to be on our show, because I'm sure like meeting people for the first time, especially getting invited to a show like this that's not very popular yet. You're kind of like, oh, should I say yes? Like, should I not say yes? So did you ask any of them about being on our show? And if not, how do you feel being here now, having said yes to like meeting complete strangers and just sharing this part about yourself with new friends?
Yeah. Honestly, like no, I wasn't able to ask any of them. But then like looking at your feed, like yeah, there were a lot of like familiar faces. And so I thought na parang, oh, siguro if they said yes, then I'll just say yes. Why not? I'm really excited to be here. It's actually my first time to be invited to like talk about my online work or like social media stuff. So I'm really honored and surprised actually because I don't have like a big following yet. Like I'm just starting out. So it means a lot. Thank you again.
Of course. And I think our like part of our strategy is to get people who we know are gonna be big. We get them when they're
Specialty
still kind of
namin
like
yan.
when they're still kind of
Wow.
small, and then once they blow up, we're like they were like we were their first show. Like that's never gonna be
Strategy pala yun.
yeah, we're like, oh, this person has a lot of potential. Okay, let's invite them because for sure mga 5 months from now they're gonna be blowing up na. We won't be able to book them. So get them while they're still like at this level.
Mm.
But yeah, that's so nice to hear, and that's very validating for us also to know that you're comfortable enough to want to be here. So thank you for for saying
Yeah.
yes. Um,
Mhm. Speaking of that, diba, talking about the future. So career-wise, where do you see yourself from here? Diba?
Okay, so first, like, syempre, I'm a business student, so I definitely want to get into like the corporate world, given that I'm taking up APC nga, which is like basically giving us like a corporate orientation of business. So far I had three internships. So my first was like a research consulting role. My second was in
Mhm.
PR or like influencer marketing, and then the one right now, I'm a brand marketing intern. So I'm still like exploring the different possibilities for my career, but I definitely say that I have a huge interest in like PR, marketing, or yeah, influencer marketing even. But then I also hope to like grow, still like continue my platform as a content creator or hopefully like a personality and like explore other forms of media. And yeah, nothing so sure as of right now, but then I'm really excited to like explore and discover more.
it's cool that you're kind of thinking about that far ahead, even when you're still in school. Because had we done that when we were still in school, maybe we would have been in a different. We would have been in like jobs talaga. We would have had
Mm.
better plans for what we wanted for this show. Because this was something that kind of just came to be during the pandemic talaga. Not even in the beginning.
Oh,
We only
wow.
started this mid 2021. So it's almost a year. We're almost at our 1 year.
And you
At
have
our
more
one
than
year mark.
100 guests. That's
Yeah,
great.
I mean, almost 100. Maybe we're like at the 90-ish mark,
Mhm.
but it's really crazy to think that, where we are now. Because before college ended, never in my life would I have thought that I wanted to pursue any kind of content creation. And
Same.
then I think COVID is just like that. Oh, okay, this is kind of something that everyone is getting into now, and it's a very viable
Yeah.
job opportunity.
Mm.
Yeah. We do podcasts, talk shows. We even vlogged. Like, oh my gosh, I never thought
Wow.
I would
That's
utter
not
the words.
easy.
Oh, I never thought I would utter the words, hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. But here we
Subscribe.
are.
Welcome back to the vlog.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But
and I
we're
think it's
having fun. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think it's also super important that, if we hadn't chosen to do this, a lot of the people who we met because of this, we would have never like had the
Yeah.
chance to meet. Like it's because of this that we have so many new friends now, and our confidence as people who are posting what we thought in the beginning was just nonsense, and now we kind of are finding a reason to want to help more people and give them the kind of content that they would want to watch. It's all because of, you know, I guess
Yeah.
spontaneous planning.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it's really great that you guys are like empowering people to like talk about their different platforms or like what they're passionate about. Like me personally, this is my first time, so like I'm sure everyone really like all your guests really appreciate the platform that you gave them.
oh, thank you. And same also on our end. I think um this many people saying yes to us, it really did give us the push that we needed to continue. Because the thought of us being able to help all of these people, even if we're not like earning money from it yet, like it really shows how important it is to us and how special it is that we're able to impact this many people's like lives, even if we're only meeting them for the first time. So
Mhm.
ah, okay. So we do have one more question. It's more of like a personal branding question. So I'm sure when we messaged you and then you saw our IG name, you were like, why are they called the screw ups? What's that? It's not really a very common. That's actually our Mercado name. Like no cap
Oh,
since high
really?
school. Yeah, because we all met in high school and we all formed a group and we decided to call ourselves the screw ups. It was very fitting because in high school we were very like introverted. A lot of embarrassing stuff happened to us. Um, yeah. And it it continued all the way until college and even now. But we don't let that kind of mentality affect who we are and what we're doing here and what we're becoming as content creators. Like we actually embraced being these weird, quirky people, and that's what helps us to,
Mhm.
to reach out to all of these other people. So what would you say is one moment in your life where you may have felt like a screw up? Like it doesn't need to be something super intense, maybe like something you got embarrassed by before, but then now that you kind of see that it was very relevant to help you become this person that you are now.
Well, sure. So it's hard to pick like a specific example of where I feel like I screwed up because definitely there's like a lot of moments wherein I was like embarrassed or I did something wrong and I was humiliated. But then I think one thing I can share that's related to content creation as well would be like the difference of my high school self to my college self now. I think that my high school self, although like I could excel in my dance and my academics, I never really like step outside of my comfort zone. Like I guess I felt like a screw up because I felt like I was stagnant, like I wasn't growing that much as compared to like other people who were joining all these different orgs, traveling to compete for different competitions. Parang I just stuck to like dance and school, and that was it. But then as I entered college, I really wanted to be more intentional and taking steps to like growing more in different avenues. So I joined like orgs and all that. And I think that really like boosted my confidence. Like I was able to also become part of this like hosting group in LaSalle. So I developed like a lot of confidence. And I think that's what I was able to apply to my like content creation journey as well. Like I started saying more often to brands or different opportunities. Um, like I'm not scared of rejection anymore as compared to before in high school. Like I'm afraid now I'll let people down or parang I won't be good enough. But then now it's like I'll just do my best and like God will do the rest.
I love that. I love the rhyme. That made it right.
Yeah.
So much scripted ba yan? I was like,
No, no, no.
oh,
I got gulat din. I smiled.
I love
great
that.
words to live by.
The desire to um get out of your comfort zone and alam mo na parang reinvent yourself even, 'di ba, during the jump from high school to college, 'di ba? And ayun, being able to expose yourself through all of these like channels of like things, for the lack of a better word, it's really commendable nga. And it's nice to see that you're thriving, with what it is that you're doing right now. And again, we're very glad that you're on the show, um, sharing your story for people to see and maybe hopefully be inspired as well. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. And for what it's
Thank you
worth, you
so
have two new
much.
people here, supporting you.
For sure.
Aw.
For sure.
You have a new subscriber as well.
Oh,
Oh, there we
thank you.
go. All right.
It's a deal.
It's a deal.
So
Yeah,
yes
but
for
it's
me.
yeah. it's really so nice to hear also, because of course when we were in high school we thought that we were the only people who were going through stuff like that, or parang we always felt that we were gonna be let down to what other
Mhm.
people would think of us, and to be able to see that all of the people, or majority of the people that we've invited to talk to us, have gone through similar things. It's a very comforting thing to know
Yeah.
that we're all really all in this together, because we
Yeah.
really are just all people, no matter how you
Mhm.
perceive each other, deep down we're all kind of the same. And it's really great
Yeah.
that we're able to grow in our own ways, but also grow in very similar ways. And we encourage each other to continue growing from where we are. So it's very nice that
Yeah.
yeah, I don't yeah.
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 And on that note, we will be right back with the Screw Up Show with Kyla Kingsu. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Screw Up Show. We're once again with Kyla. So for our extra segment, we're going to be doing something very different as opposed to our previous shows, diba? So we're going to try to experiment on, you know, doing something that might be a potential mainstay segment moving forward. It is called the 3 Minute Podcast. So podcast na naman, you already know if you're a fan of screw up sessions or the standpoint. So yeah. So we're gonna be talking about any topic with Kyla, but we'll have to stop once the 3 minutes is up. So we're gonna be very strict with the time. May timer tayo dyan. So yeah, the goal is to just be talking about the most random thing and just be surprised how
Oh,
time
shit.
flies talaga. So yeah, Anton, would you like to?
I mean, I'm curious to see honestly how much we can talk about in 3 minutes, because we always plan for let's make this podcast last 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Then bigla na lang it's like 1 hour. So time really does go by fast. We're gonna see how much we can get done in 3 minutes. So we have a timer here, and then anyone it's blurred, but yeah, it's on zeros. Anyone can just throw out like any topic they want, and then we can talk about it. And then someone else try and find a way to move on. We don't even have to be perfect segues. Just be like, okay, next, and then let's see how much we can get done in 3 minutes. All right, whenever everyone's ready. Hoy, Mon, why are you muted? We have to.
Bro, they're so noisy. My neighbor's singing
Okay.
karaoke.
So I'm gonna start it. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, pineapples on pizza. Yes, no, why?
Yes. So
Because
good. I don't know. It's just so good. What's
isn't
your
it good?
answer?
I mean,
No? Are you
I
against it? Oh my
no,
god.
I mean I used to eat Hawaiian when I was a little kid from Greenwich, because it was always Greenwich, Greenwich, whoever wants to pronounce it. Yeah, there was a mini kids
Nip
pizza. I'd always
Greenwich.
share it. I mean, it's ham and pineapple. What a great combo, right? You have sweet and salty,
Right.
so
But you know what? I'm okay with people not liking it because that means more slices for me.
oh, that's
Mm,
true.
mhm,
Or they'll
Right?
just take off all the pineapple and put it on your slice.
Yeah. Pwede
true.
naman.
I used to be
Okay.
no, but now I like it. But it's not my favorite. Pero I eat
Yeah,
it
like I
now.
wouldn't order it as my choice of pizza, but if it's there at like a party,
Yeah,
I'll eat it for
I
sure.
would indulge. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's pizza. Like, why are you gonna say no
So
to
what's
that?
your favorite flavor?
It's
Hmm.
hard. I love, I love Yellow Cab's Manhattan Meat Lovers. That's like my childhood. Like, brings me back to like it's the one with all of the meat on it. Like, it has
Yeah.
ham, pepperoni, and then the little beef thing that looks like guinea pig poop, but it's
Oh
not.
my gosh.
You know the yeah, it's that
Yeah, I know what you're
unidentifiable
talking about.
meat. Yeah, yeah.
How about Boracay is for 2 seasons for cheese pizza? Have you tried that?
No, I
Ooh,
haven't. I haven't been to
no.
Bora.
Oh.
We'll have to
Busy.
go. That's on
Busy.
the.
Mhm.
How about you, Mon?
Ako, I like the from Shakey's the scallops pizza. I
Oh,
love
I
that.
haven't tried that yet.
I haven't
I
tried
could
that.
never get enough. Yeah.
I can't imagine eating eating scallops on pizza. But
It
then
makes it makes
anything. Yeah.
sense. It makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
Interesting. How about you, Kyla? What's your favorite? I mean, unless Hawaiian's really your favorite.
It is actually.
Oh my gosh!
Oh
It
wow.
Whoa! Props
Yeah.
to you.
You don't hear that every day.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what makes me unique. Pizza.
That's your next hosting gig. You're just gonna talk about why Hawaiian pizza is the best.
Why it's the best.
Okay, so we have, I'm not gonna say how long. Okay, so during COVID, there have been two or three very prominent like things that have been trending. Everyone's been getting into them. One is
Oh,
BTS,
no.
for sure. One is BTS, one is golf, and one is Formula One. So are you into any of them or all of them?
None of the
None of
above.
them? Oh
None of
my
the
god.
above.
Yo, this is
Welcome to
this
the
is a rare
club.
gem right here that we found.
Oh, you're not
Welcome to the
also.
club.
No, we still want to have like
Oh.
episodes where people explain to us like why. Because
Yeah.
we're so interested to know, especially
Yeah.
Formula One. Like, when the
For
hell did the
everyone
whole
watching,
world just like get
Parang it just
into it?
started again, diba? Like I'm seeing it on my IG stories again, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
So for everyone watching, is it almost up, diba?
It's 3 minutes. Yo, we got a lot done in 2
Oh,
minutes.
nice. Pero ayun nga, like we mentioned, yung Formula One, golf, BTS, basically yung mga naging trending. For anybody
Maybe next
watching, for those who want to be
Yun
on,
dapat.
diba? To talk about that, shoot us a DM, man.
Yeah, please. We're really so interested to know like the hype behind it because we kind of want to get into it too. BTS, I mean, I listened to a few of their songs. Like, I don't know if that's something I could like wholeheartedly get into, but like, I would like to understand why the whole world's gotten into it.
There's a lot of topics pa, like NFTs, crypto, ganyan.
Yeah, it's all becoming TikTok content also now. They're explaining like
Yeah.
stocks, like
Yeah.
what to
Diba? Dude,
invest in.
legit.
Grabe, it's crazy how much you can talk about in 3 minutes, and yet that really only felt like 1 minute. Like, it really shows how fast time flies. But this is a good exercise because we know that people in this day and age don't have the time and patience to listen to an entire episode. And if it's possible that we can have conversations with people that last 3 minutes, like we're gonna bank on relying on that you guys are gonna listen to the whole thing. Because 3 minutes is kind of the attention span that people have on like YouTube videos before it goes downward. But this is a very good first trial run. And yeah, we just want to thank Kyla for being here with us again. We're gonna be plugging all of her socials in the description of each video. If you wanna hit her up for like collabs and stuff, I don't know, where should they reach you?
You can just send me a DM on IG.
Ayan, there, IG. She'll reply. We're not gonna say how long it took. She'll reply. But she'll reply.
That's what we did, diba?
Yeah, that's what we did. We waited.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. Basta, you're here. That's what's important. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's been watching our content. Thank you again, Kyla, for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, this has been super fun.
Likewise.
And yeah, we'll see you when the show comes back. Don't go anywhere.
Again, we are speechless. We have no words. This show just keeps getting better and better. We, of course, want to thank all of our guests, Ria, Gab, and Kyla, for being here with us. It was a pleasure to have all of you on. Once again, for everyone watching at home, if you want to see anyone in particular be one of our next guests, or if you yourself want to suggest your names or want to have your business promoted or advertised on our show, send us an email at screwup.sesh@gmail.com, and we will try our best to get back to you as soon as we can. Again, thank you to everyone who's been supporting our content. This show wouldn't be possible without any of you. So I guess we'll see you when we see you. And that's the show. Thank you for joining our adventure, and everyone have a great night.